No, that's wrong!
Yay.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening. Oh, if he was. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
No.
Then what the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying, what if he did?
But that's the same thing as saying he probably...
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's wrong.
Okay.
What if he did? No, that's wrong. Yeah, that seems to be the case.
I don't
You
know
have to
what it
say it.
says there. No, that's wrong! I think that's what it is, yeah. No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously, the killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Just between you and me. I was also surprised.
Wow.
That shouldn't have happened. Can we get someone in here to come fix it?
Fix this
Take
problem,
it.
please?
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
You should be.
You will go into a one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut verdict. What?
It's a sword.
You can skew the debate mood to your advantage. Wait, I'm confused.
So this is just a reflex game. It's not a thinky game.
If you
You'll see
ignore
in a
the other
second.
person's remarks, it'll skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right corner, you screen a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. It's the number of times you can cut remarks during the one-round debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mute skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This meant conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. You cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots, instead skew the mood towards the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please repeat any weak spots with the button. Of course, if you're going through a direct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Once the truth blade, I'm trying to decide if he has been delaying contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth blades will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, so don't think. But don't you think a change in feeling is important? Let's start on. So, I still don't understand what's gonna happen. So something's gonna come up and I have to cut it a certain way.
Yep, you'll see.
Will it tell me what way I have to cut it?
Kind of, yes. You'll know.
Okay. Good looking, have fun.
So this is for the end, so you don't need it at this very
Got
end.
it.
So you need to use the left stick to cut in directions. But yeah, but see, because you only have a certain number of cuts, so she had 2 horizontal statements, so you could cut vertically and cut both at the same time.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I get it.
Yep. Where's your proof that the killer used them? Because if they used the night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were placed. The killer brought them to the
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta cut that. You gotta cut that statement. It's fine. You didn't lose anything for it.
Should be back about the everything goes in each of these.
Because if you used the night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles, the killer brought them to the crime scene.
I tried to cut it.
You
Oh, because you have to use a certain blade. Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought it, because it said refute them with the Y button. So I tried, it didn't work.
I don't know what that
Okay. Well, I can't focus on my fucking irons in the storage? No. No, I can't focus on switching the fucking thing when it keeps bringing shit on my screen. Okay. Well, I only have 3 things. I have the knife, the irons,
the
and
Duralumin case.
Oh, that's what I did before. It didn't work.
But you didn't press the right button to actually refute the argument. You just cut the argument.
But I did. I pressed Y.
You gotta. I think you gotta make sure it goes over the yellow part though. So, like, you need to cut it. There you go.
No, you have to hold Y.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Okay. Also, he said, allow me to cut through your words.
There you go. Now you have to say that.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Too late.
No, Bianchi was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely, but why?
Inside the Duralumin case Bianchi had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
I also think it's funny how we had to have a whole combat minigame just to say, the killer brought him. No, he had a case for him. Oh shit,
Yeah.
Plus, Bianchi was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then that knife was inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way!
The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, it's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it.
Tonight's main dish.
Tonight's main dish. Duct tape. I don't know what he's saying there. I'm not listening.
I don't know.
There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
I think he's saying I got it. Because
Oh,
I know
that's right.
that's what Naegi said. So I got it.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Bianchi was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of a table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well.
Can't do his voice today for some reason.
No?
I'm really trying. My throat just won't go there. I
Yikes.
don't know why.
It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime? That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that
I'll shut up.
Okay.
I got it! Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful.
The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Ooh.
The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Ooh.
Who's out?
Meat scepter.
Lexi.
Who's out?
Meat scepter.
No, stop it.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So who's the someone?
I know, we're trying to figure it out. Akane.
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 No.
Akane. Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies! It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. Well, what do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have been just a little prank. As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He could have told us he received a threatening letter.
Yeah, see, I can't, for some reason, I can't get the growl that I want to.
You're doing alright.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. His strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing. Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter? Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer.
I can't skip this. Okay, now I can.
Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already. Show yourself, you coward.
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
You can believe it. Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
By murder, do you mean stab him in chest? Because if so, I would like to say that I did.
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must
Simp.
return to this. He is such a fucking simp. I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles, if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see in the darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands.
Byakuya.
Byakuya! He was fat and knew where the knife was. What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. I rhyme.
Wow.
Tree bark. You narc.
Lone shark.
Lone shark. At the park.
In the dark.
No, I said dark.
I don't care to say it again.
Shit. Ark.
I want the Hajime Naegi rap battle. Where is it?
In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the other side of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right? So why didn't any of us see it?
I don't know. ... Oh, it's because
Seriously, guys.
because the tablecloth is over the table.
So how did the killer see it?
What do you think the killer was?
In the bathroom.
Yeah, clearly. Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
No.
But painting them with glowing paint, it's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen. They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer!
That seals it. The killer's whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekayama!
Pago killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers? I am not the killer. Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Pekka was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened?
Blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. We call them... Ooh. Excuse me. We call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue
Excused.
spots.
I killed him, guys. He's dead now. Are you okay? Honey, are you okay? Because I didn't excuse you? Do we need to talk about this? Okay.
Oh, okay. So the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing with lies or mistakes, fire the truth bullets to prove the other person's testimony is correct.
So this is the better version of what they did the first game, which is where you need to like, because in the first game they had the thing where you had to like copy the response and like use that. In this game they have either refute or agree. So it's way better. Because remember in the first game you kept trying to use truth bullets to agree with people, and it wasn't working because that wasn't what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so they actually have that in this game.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah, because that was what made logical sense in my head. Was like, if you're saying something and I have the proof for it, why not shoot it? But it's because you're trying to argue with them, not.
Yeah, but in this game you can.
Cool. Isn't it a little hot in here? You infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. So they're gonna show up at in the same conversations?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't like that as much, but it's fine. Good luck, have fun.
They're usually not too bad.
So the bullets can just be used either way. I don't have to like switch to agree bullets or some stupid shit. All right,
no,
cool.
you just agree with one that's blue, you disagree with one that's yellow. Since Becca was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time. That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible? Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
Hold on, I forgot what these accounts are. Okay,
Chiaki's
Jackie's
is
account was
about
about
Fuyuhiko.
yeah.
Nekomaru's about the bathroom was full. Sorry.
and Terror's was about
Oh, you
how
weren't
the
in the
oven
office?
wasn't working.
Yeah.
None of these make any sense.
Yeah, they do. Nekomaru said that someone was in the bathroom from before the blackout.
But someone was in the bathroom before.
Yeah, because that means she wasn't in the office because she was in the bathroom from before the blackout to after the blackout.
No, but she was in the bathroom before the party even, before she even got designated to.
No, she wasn't. That was after because she ate. Because she took
Then
the...
why was the bathroom closed before we even got to the party?
No, it wasn't. It just didn't let you go in there because there was no need to. It was only.
No, it said
occupied.
it was locked.
It was only occupied after the party got started.
I guess. I don't know. The fact that they made it locked is kind of confusing. Because I thought for sure that either someone or something was in there the entire time.
Nope, Pekka went in there after she got her food.
No, she didn't cause the blackout, you idiot.
Don't go to Terra's account for Nekomaru's.
I wasn't making noise. I might have clicked the button again.
Because I was not in the office. Even before the blackout. I agree with that.
Consent.
Is the words used there. I agree with that.
Consent.
Consent.
No, I think Pekko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pekko.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pekko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Ah, then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else beside Pekko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pekko. I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit.
You are an expert on that.
Yeah. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Yeah, girls don't take shits, you dumbass. Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine. But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something? God, I hate her. She's obnoxious. As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how'd you feel to do your business how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Really please.
Seriously, stop it. But still, your stomach pain. Wasn't that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as the girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Well, yeah, because it can't be the food because she ate it.
Yep, because it kind of ate it.
Party dishes.
Yep. That's the one that said that.
Can I, please?
Did you eat anything weird? I don't remember eating anything weird. Now that you mention it. You brought food to the office, right? Just a little bit from the dining hall. There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think? Tara cooked the food. How suspicious. I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Okay, so it was ruin the taste, or what was the first one? That also didn't make sense.
Laxatives. Could he have put laxatives in it? Which party dishes would refute that because Akane ate the food too.
No, but then someone would have had to. Yeah, someone would have put laxatives in her food, not both foods. But
Yeah, but that's what they want you to do.
okay, I was thinking it would be towards ruin the taste because then Akane would be like, no, it was
Akane?
fine. Akane. I'm
Akane.
saying it wrong on purpose.
Don't say it wrong on purpose.
Because it's ticking you off.
No, I will keep correcting you.
No, that's wrong.
That is the one thing about Danganronpa, not just this game, just as a whole. Those sort of moments always seem to be like a one step removed kind of argument.
Yeah.
Like, only during like the first trial of the first game did I ever feel like the points actually lined up and not, okay, well I guess it connects to it because of this third point that they're not talking about. And I know it's to make the game challenging and interesting, but like, it's kind of confusing when you're sitting there like, just like, okay, well, I don't understand what it wants from me because there's that step removed that maybe I'm just not
That's fair.
thinking of.
That's fair. I think you're having a little trouble with this one too because you have to get back into that mindset. 'Cause it's
I
been
mean,
a while.
obviously, yeah. I'm not saying that like this is impossible to do and it's the most difficult game in the world. This is the Dark Souls of Danganronpa games. Because you have to get into a very specific mindset. But that's kind of the point where, like, at least in the first game, like, you had to learn that mindset, so you couldn't really keep up with it all that well.
Yeah.
Like, again, because it was just that step removed from every argument that you had to make. That's just the one thing that I've always had gripes with since the beginning.
That's fair.
Because everything else is fun, and I complain a lot, but, you know, I complain about everything. I complain about the things I enjoy, and the things I
He's
don't.
really weird. I don't understand him.
It's honestly, it's entirely just because, like, if I really enjoy it and I just see the potential for it to be better than it is,
Yeah, no.
it frustrates me.
That's fair.
Because I'm like, no, you're so good, but there's that little thing that makes me not have fun when I do that little thing.
That's fair.
But yeah, and it just since we're playing Danganronpa, and I'm assuming that the people watch this for our input,
Yes.
that's just a gripe I've had, and I'm assuming we'll have for the rest of the series.
Yes.
But anyway, back to murder.
Murder time.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall.
Oh, okay. Well, they were talking about the food from the dining hall.
Yeah, probably.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. But, like, they were talking about the food that she took with her. She said, I took some food.
Yeah, but then later, Fuyuhiko asked, was there any way anyone could have slipped any laxatives in
it.
No, slipped you any lax.
That's my point. But regardless of how he said it, it would be implying that they slipped it into her plate, not all of the food.
Oh, I never got that implication.
Yeah, that's because if they said, "Oh yeah, the food in the dining hall," and then he said, "Would there be a way that someone slipped laxatives in it?" I'd be like, they're talking about the food in the dining hall. But she just said, "I just took some food on a plate," and they said, "Would there be a way for someone to slip laxatives in it?"
That's fair, but you have to think, would there have been any opportunity after the food was prepared to slip laxatives in her food specifically?
I understand, but when you're talking about something like that, that's what I'm saying. There's that third step that's removed. That it's like you have to sort of, if you don't think about this third thing, the two things don't connect to each other.
That's fair.
Because Pekka wasn't the only one that ate that food. Akane ate some of it
Akane.
too. No.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well. I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyahiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Cease this bickering!
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah, we already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Trashy skank!
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important.
Oh, I see why she got sick. Because the food she grabbed was the plate of food that touched her hooter when she fell.
Yeah,
Got it.
Makes sense. Big brain.
Big brain.
Big brain.
So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred.
Well, I know this, but let's see. There was the irons.
I think they want the irons.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm assuming they want the irons because the rest of these make no sense.
Yep.
Alright, what are we?
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'ma bop you on the head. Did they throw a stone and hit it?
That's blue.
Maybe they used a remote control.
That's blue.
They probably messed with the breaker.
That's blue.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Okay. I doubt the power supply or power transmitters.
That was me being dumb. I didn't read that through all the way. I was just rushing it. All right, how do you make it go fast? No.
Nope. It's one of the other buttons. There you
B.
go.
Boom, 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 boom. All right.
Or maybe they caused a power surge.
Okay, that's what
there
I
we
was
go.
implying.
Yeah.
I thought it was implying. I read it wrong.
I agree with that.
Consent!
Are you just gonna say consent instead?
Yes, I think it's way
That's
funnier.
fine.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally. Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout. When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah, it seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Why didn't you not like that?
No, he doesn't like that.
Hold on a second. Let me speak too.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout. That's inexcusable!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I do like these though. These are pretty fun when you get the hang of them.
Yeah, it's just they give you so many things you have to sort of choose, but
Yeah,
like you can't because if you don't slash it, you fuck yourself.
Uh-huh.
Saying they went all the way to the storage room. Advance?
Yeah, because this is when you get the. This is what's actually important to listen to.
I should be listening to this because I'm not getting it.
The people at the dining hall were able to cause the blackout. The irons, if those 3 irons cause the blackout, then the killer go to the storage room before that and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take... Okay, so what they're saying is he's saying that, yeah, the irons could have been used because the person would have had to go turn on the irons to cause it. But they also have the AC timer set. So that's what you need to use.
Got it. That's what I was thinking. I just didn't know if there was going to be multiple.
Oh, you...
That's right. I have to hold Y. I keep forgetting. And then I gotta advance again, even though
It's because you didn't hit all of them.
I
You
know.
left them, so yeah. Hey,
Oh, yeah, you have to hold Y and then make a cut
Gotcha.
while you're holding Y. Okay.
gotcha. Yeah, I do wish they'd explain their mini
Well, yeah,
games
because they
better.
said press it. They said you can refute the points with Y.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And so I pressed Y and it didn't
No,
work,
yeah,
and then I
uh-huh.
held Y and then it didn't work. You have to hold Y and make the cut,
Yeah.
and then it will work.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. Ugh.
Are you
For some
okay,
reason I
Dr.
couldn't
Ray?
read that. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
having a stroke.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
Yes,
Yes.
they
that's
were there.
right.
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Hamhands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand indubitably.
Indubitably.
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until it started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too!
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up. You guys should stay quiet. I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. I failed as a samurai. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time, and maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred. I must commit seppuku now. Farewell.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what. Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself. Ooh, Baka.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright, you don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys. Huh? There's no way everyone will lose now. The little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito, what happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you've been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put a minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
Can't believe he killed him.
I know, I can't believe he did it.
I can't believe he's gonna die immediately.
Yep.
Because-
And this whole time, James and I were just tricking you out.
Well, no, and somehow he's gonna survive and be a zombie.
Oh,
And
clearly.
keep coming back as the villain.
Clearly.
He's
the
gonna
killer
he's
forever.
gonna kill every single
Yeah.
person.
I'll soon kill you all and rip out your hope and
Devour it.
you know, swirl it around and sniff it.
Oh, God.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred, but the question is who caused it, right? Anybody could have hidden set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Except Byakuya is the only one that went into the storage room because he was cleaning the whole thing.
Byakuya? You mean Nagito?
I mean, Nagito.
You
He
keep,
cleaned-
you keep
I don't know
calling
why I
him
keep doing
Byakuya.
it. He looks like a Byakuya.
He does. He's the same. He fills the same character role.
Kind of, yeah.
So it makes sense.
But he went and cleaned the whole building, and he's the only one that went back there.
He did.
I knew he did it.
You have to see. You just smoked my glasses!
The murderer.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer. You're changing your story again? Anyway, I have an idea about what we should all do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean, are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you. You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this, there's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too. Please, take me home already. I want to go home and eat candy.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another. Then why did Byakuya die? Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong, I think.
Oh shit, my bad, bro. Did you say something?
Because we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
A clue, you say?
You know who the killer is?
The killer, I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person, I think.
I see. Then care to tell me? What is this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean, before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark. Let's try examining the situation. Maruhi's diagram might be useful.
Maruhi?
Maruhi? What the
Maruhi.
fuck? I also missed the space. Let's try examining the situation. Maruhi's diagram might be useful here.
Thanks.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Nagito, right next to
Right
the table.
there.
Just as I thought. This diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to the table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark.
Lamp.
I got it!
Lamp.
The killer must have used
Lamp.
to move to the table in the dark.
Brothers, give me a lamp.
I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There was no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the weight of the desk lamp. No.
Power cord.
I got it. They didn't turn the desk lamp on, they used its power cord.
Is it C-O-R-D? I thought it was...
Yes.
Oh no, C-H-O-R-D is like a chord.
That's a chord as in like a piano.
Yeah.
Power cord!
I always confuse them in my head. I mean, not confuse them, I always think they're both spelled the same.
I do the same with bass and bass.
Like bass as in like the base of something?
Like bass
Or
is
like
in the
bass
base
of
of
the music.
something, or bass like the fish and a bass of something and the music. Cause a bass guitar is spelled the same way you spell bass.
Exactly.
But the bass of something is spelled
Yeah.
B-A-S-E. But a bass is also a bass, and it's spelled the same way as bass. It's very confusing.
See, the base of something is not fine, but yeah, the bass and bass.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I just, yeah, I could kind of see
It's
that.
a big confusing jumble.
I don't know how to spell there.
That one's hard too.
Just
That's
which
very
one?
confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good with my theirs.
I
I don't
got
think I've
way-
ever fucked up a there before.
I
Maybe
got-
once.
I got way better at it after I started seriously writing because I had to. Same with it's. Now all the time I just say it is whenever I'm typing in my head, and so I'm like, oh nope, that doesn't need it.
Dude, I always fuck up the it's. Like whether or not to put the apostrophe.
That's why I just always read as I'm spelling out. I always read it's as it is, and then if it doesn't work, then I know that I don't need to put the apostrophe.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh huh.
I told you I'm bad at this. Yeah, because without the apostrophe is the possessive, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because that's why it fucks everyone up, because usually possessive does have an apostrophe.
Apostrophe S. Yeah.
Yes, but that one doesn't.
Because the conjunction is more important.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that has the apostrophe.
Which I think it should be the reverse. Because I feel like it's
I
is
think they
automatically
should-
a conjunction of it is.
I think they should both just be spelled the
No,
same
no,
way.
no, 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 no. I think that because ITS would automatically be a conjunction of it is. I don't think you need the apostrophe. Whereas the apostrophe S should just across the board mean ownership.
It probably should. I think they should just both be apostrophe S.
I think they don't exist.
There's just no it's anymore.
Where am I?
You're in hell.
They could have felt their way to the table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
It was me and Nagito.
There's only one person here who could have done that.
Pecco.
Who?
You, Teru.
Son of a bitch! The only person here who could have possibly done it.
You. I like how everyone's like,
Hi!
Hi. Uh-huh.
I got it. Bitch. Nagito. It was you, wasn't it? Me. Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
You're gonna wanna put in your headphones pretty soon. I'll tell you
I
when, but
figured.
I'll tell you when. There's something you're gonna wanna hear.
I figured.
There's something you're gonna wanna hear.
I figured.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito.
That's just.
His voice is different than I thought it was. Or at least that line.
He's just panicking as business.
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you've had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table.
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was
right after the murder.
I see.
Oh no, it's I see.
I see. See.
Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife. That's... If you factor...
Yeah, not yet. I'll tell you when you really need
If
to.
you factor the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it. Seriously, that's all just a coincidence.
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. Go to the trouble of preparing this.
Just what did you think would happen?
Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, the strange speech you made earlier,
That was part of your plan, too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already. All right, grab your cord.
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. Sayaka.
Sayaka?
Why would you do... sorry. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something.
That's the noise he just
Yeah.
made.
This is my favorite part of the entire game.
Oh, really?
Shut up, don't make fun.
That's a weird sound.
You want to try to replicate that?
I just don't know how to get my voice there.
Because it's very different.
Yeah, there's just a lot of air.
Because, Nagito's here, and then, he does this weird... He does this weird, squeaky
He
thing.
does he does a very James sort of laugh.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death. Ah, how wonderful. How beautiful it is.
Also, he now becomes horny on Maine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Those eyes.
They're Junko eyes.
They're
literally entirely black. What the fuck?
At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other.
He crazy.